What I'm about to fix to do here. I got this 2.5 T-Maxx here that's been converted to a 3.3, but it's really not a 3.3. As you can see, it's still got the 2.5 transmission in it right there, which I have put the Revo spec slipper clutch on. It works really well, considering that, you know, I'm hitting it with that 3.3 motor there. Put metal drive lines in, and yeah, it seems to work all right. If you look closer, if I can zoom in there a little bit closer, I've got some there we go. I got some springs in there on that brake, and that's the carbon fiber brake, which, yeah, works better than the stock one. You know, if you're not gonna do the full upgrade like I'm fixing to do, then, you know, that's something you could do there. You could get that carbon brake. It lasts forever. I haven't even been able to tear that thing up. And then put some springs in there to hold out your calipers when you're not using the brakes, to keep them from binding up. Works real great. Anyway, the differences are on this chassis is this chassis is 3mm thick, and it's 30mm less in length than the actual 3.3. As you can also see, I've got the RPM arms and shock towers on there. I've broken numerous stock arms, so I just decided to go with the RPMs. They hold up way better. I've also busted the front shock tower. I broke the stock one twice, so I went ahead and upgraded both of them to RPM. And you can see I got the 3.3 motor in there with the resonator pipe to go with it on the other side. Still running the chevrons. However, to do a proper 3.3 upgrade, I went ahead and got some bigger tires. They're 6.3 inches tall compared to the chevrons, which are only like 5.5 inches tall. They're also a little bit wider than the chevrons, as you can see, slightly. And they got a different tread pattern on them. So yeah, I'm gonna put those on there. I got a set of 4 of those on eBay for about 20 bucks. I got this chassis right here, which is the actual 3.3 chassis. Got a pretty good deal on it with all the bulkheads and everything came with it for about 25 bucks. All the screws, all the hardware you need to swap everything over pretty much. The other differences are too on this chassis is, since it's 30mm longer, you can put the actual 3.3 tranny in here, which you can gear better, and it's made a little bit tougher than that 2.5 tranny. And also the holes in the chassis will allow more adjustment on the engine to accommodate that smaller spur gear on the transmission. Like that spur gear right there is a 72 tooth spur gear, and on the other transmission you can do a variety of different spur gears like 56, 57, 58. So, you know, you can get a better gear ratio too on the other transmission as well. I mean, you could probably rig this transmission up with a different spur gear, and you could probably cut out the holes in the chassis so that you could adjust the engine over more to accommodate a smaller spur gear. But, you know, I didn't want to go that route. I just wanted to go ahead and get the bigger chassis. It's thicker, as you can see. It's thicker than the other chassis. It's going to flex less under a load, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to document this transfer, and I'll show you the whole process. I also got the 3.3 tranny, which the tranny itself just came by itself, and I got the braking system that goes on there. And as you can see, I've also put the springs in there because it works so well on the other tranny setup. The return springs on the brakes. You can go get them at your hardware store for about 50 cents or whatever. As you can see, I'll demonstrate for you. When your servo activates your brake, it will push it in, and when you let off, it will automatically let itself off and create a space in between your brake pad and your brake disc, so you won't have binding. So once you start getting on that brake, those brake pads and that brake disc are going to get hot. They're going to expand, and you're going to get binding. With these springs, it allows it to pop back open, and you won't have that problem with the binding. Works really good. It's really cheap to do it. So it's, you know, 25 cents for a spring. You cut it to length so that it you know, under pressure, it'll hold your brake pads apart. Works great. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and shut off the camera for the moment and continue working, and when I get a little bit more progress, I'll turn the camera back on and show you what I've got done.